Hey, everybody, and welcome to Push Positive Live. I'm so excited to be here. We're here Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm actually in the car on the go, and I forgot my tripod, so I hope it's not too shaky. Let me see if I hold it like this. All right, today we are talking about fear of success. And some of you might be thinking, oh yeah, that's totally me. I have fear of success. And others of you might be thinking, wait a minute, people are scared to be successful? And the answer is yes. People do experience fear when it comes to success. So today I want to talk to you about what that means, why you might be experiencing some fear around success, and how we can overcome it. Things that you can do to make your dreams a reality without that hesitation. So basically, fear of success is when you're working slowly through something, or you're not working at all through something. You're hesitating towards reaching your goals. You might see this as procrastination. It might be disguised as procrastination. I hope you guys can hear me with my headphones. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me. So this might be procrastination. This might be doing other things when you should be working, which I guess is procrastination, or not doing anything at all, just totally putting it off and then continuously putting it off. And you might blame it on anxiety. Oh, I've got so much stress. There's too much to do. I'm feeling anxious. And it might be some insecurity there too as well. So when you're experiencing fear towards success, there's really an underlying action or issue going on. And so usually they fall into some of these categories. Either you feel like, okay, I don't really want the spotlight to be turned on me. I see all these influencers online, they're doing a great job. I see all these people in my industry, they're super successful. I like to follow them. I know a lot of other people are following them. I don't want to be successful because I don't want that many followers. I don't want everyone to see me. I don't want everyone to know everything about me. I don't want to put myself out there. And so what you're wishing is really that you're not in the spotlight while others are. But really, that's not the underlying issue. That's just a piece of the puzzle. So let me know in the comments below if you can hear me, because I got these headphones on. I want to make sure that you can hear me. But what happens if that spotlight were to go away? Usually the fear isn't in that the spotlight is on me. The fear is in once the spotlight's on me and it goes away, what will happen? Thanks, Lissa, for letting me know you can hear me. So what's more painful, the gain to gain the following, to gain the success, or the pain in losing it afterwards? And usually that's where the fear stems from. What happens if it doesn't go right? What happens if it goes well and then it's taken away? So also another fear of success comes from the idea that once you become successful, there are going to be trolls. We call them trolls online, or people who have mean, nasty things to say. And that is just the fact of life. When you are serving a smaller audience, let me hold the phone here. When you are serving a smaller audience of people who you like, your peers, your friend groups, people in your industry who you've known for a while, people you've met online, and you have a lot of similarities and interests that you share, it's easy to be in the spotlight because you know these people are your tribe. They're going to totally support you and encourage you. But once you get too big and once you hit success, you are going to experience trolls. But that's not because of you. That's because bad people exist in the world. And there are trolls who say things on Facebook and other social platforms that they wouldn't dare say if they were standing face to face with you. They're very brave knowing there's a screen dividing the two of you, separating you guys. But once you grow and you become very successful, you are going to have these trolls. So it's just something that you need to realize and know that that comes with the success and with the growth. So instead of saying, I don't want to be successful, or I'm scared to be successful because people are going to call me mean names or say mean things to me. And I'll let you know that people have said terrible things to me before on my Facebook ads and things like that. But Instead, flip it around and know that when those things happen, it's because you are reaching an audience and you are reaching more people and you are becoming more successful. So instead of saying, I don't want to be successful, I don't want trolls to attack me and cyberbully me. Instead, when those things happen, be like, hell yeah, I'm becoming successful. This means I'm becoming successful. And use it as fuel in your engine to go further. Because the bigger you get, the more people that you help, the more people that you reach. And yeah, there'll be a few people that, hang out and have bad things to say. But everywhere you go in life, that's the truth. So don't let that stop you. Another thing that you could say about having that fear, you might be saying to yourself, well, I like the way things are right now. And if I'm really successful, I'm going to not have the same routine. I'm not going to be able to wake up at this certain time. I'm not going to be able to spend this much time with my family. I don't really want things to change, is what you're saying. And change is hard. Change sucks sometimes. I know that. But change is also really good and really refreshing, and it takes you to a new stage in your life. And it shows you other possibilities that weren't available to you and opportunities that weren't available to you before you reach that level. So know that with change comes a lot of great things as well. And so maybe you have a great routine and you're just all shook up, and you don't want that uncomfortable feeling of what happens once that routine shifts or changes. Or maybe you're worried that you won't have time to do the things that you're doing now and you're successful. Well, if you do it right and you become successful, you'll be able to plan your time and manage your time better than when you have extra time. It's kind of like in high school for me, when I had one project, I would wait till the last minute to do it. But if I had a project in several classes that were due around the same time, I had 5 or 6 things that were due one month, I had a full plate and I had to work really hard and strategically to get it all done. I had to organize myself. I had to time management, do time management better and understand, okay, I need to do this today and this today and this here and this here and this here to get it all done. And so I was able to manage my time better instead of just procrastinating, waiting to the last minute. Maybe I'll take a nap. Maybe I'll work on it tomorrow, putting things off. So you actually have better time management as you become more successful. And that goes both ways. You have better time management as you become successful. And as you become more successful, you learn how to manage your time better. In fact, if you become successful, a huge part of that is because you're managing your time well. So these changes are actually good things, and you can still have a routine. I feel that I've become very successful, especially in the last year, and I have created a routine with my children that when I pick them up after school, all the way until bedtime, I'm not on my cell phone. So before I had a routine, I was like, oh, I need to answer this client call. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, I need to do this. And so because I've reached a level of success that requires better time management, I'm now having better quality time with my children. So these things are actually good things. Also, you might feel a little scared, okay, what if I'm doing a great job now, but I can't really deliver such a great job later? It's called imposter syndrome, and everyone experiences it at some point, including the biggest influencers that you follow. I guarantee it if you ask them, have you ever experienced imposter syndrome? The answer will be yes. I myself have experienced it as well. So this is where you feel like you're an imposter in your own experience, in your own industry, in your own work and everything that you're doing, because maybe you've done a great job one time and you're like, oh, I can't definitely do such a great job the next time. I can't outperform myself. Maybe that was just the luck of the draw. Maybe I just did a good job that one time and I'm really not as good as I say I am. Maybe I don't really belong in this crowd of people that I've put myself in. Maybe I really am not surrounded by people who are in the same level as me. I'm not as good as I think I am, or I'm not as good as everyone else seems to think I am, and I'm just kidding them all. And that's imposter syndrome. And that happens when you're becoming bigger than you ever imagined you could become. So as you grow, or as you up level, or as you become stronger or smarter or more strategic in what you're doing, you've reached a level that you have not yet experienced. Let me see if I can explain this. When I had 2 kids, ages 3 and 4, now they're 10 and 11. When they were 3 and 4, and someone would come up to me and be like, oh, when they're 7 and 8, do you think you're gonna blah, blah, blah? I'm like, I have no idea. I've never had a 7 and 8-year-old. So I've never reached that level. I have no idea what that looks like. I don't know what their personalities will be like. I don't know what the issues that go on in a 7 and 8-year-olds will be like. I only know 3 and 4 and anything that happened previous to that. So as you're growing and becoming more successful, you can't really see what that experience beyond the level of where you are now looks like. And so it becomes a challenge to be able to gauge what are you supposed to do and maneuver through it. So instead of fearing that success and then stopping yourself from doing it, just be like a mom. You're gonna know what a 7 and 8-year-old are like when your kids get to 7 and 8. So you're gonna know what your business needs. You're gonna know what your family needs, or whatever you define as being successful. You're gonna know what those needs are as you get to them. So open your arms to that experience instead of closing yourself off from it, being like, oh, I don't know what that looks like, it can't be me. Instead, say, when I get there, I'll know, and I'll have the right answers because I will have been living through it, and I will know what works and what doesn't, or I will know at least what to test, what works and what doesn't. Another thing is, people say that they have a fear of success because they don't want to be fill in the blank. And that fill in the blank could be anything negative that you subconsciously associate with success. So maybe you know an entrepreneur online who is very, very successful, but also kind of an asshole. Or maybe they just flaunt their money. Oh, I made $2 million this month. And you see that they are making tons of money and being an asshole. And so you associate, oh, successful people brag about their money and they're assholes. But that's not actually true. So you need to remove that limiting belief. You can be successful and still help a lot of people. You can be kind. You can be loving. You can be an amazing person and still be successful. So don't link success. Thanks for all the love, guys. Don't link success to the negative feeling that you have about certain people who are negative with their success. They're not all successful people are not all obsessed with money. They're not all snobby. They're not all obnoxious and, money hungry. That's not true. There are successful people who are introverts. There are successful people who are not really popular in regular everyday to-day life, but they seem to be really popular online. There are successful people who are really tall, are really short, are really thin, are overweight. There are successful people from all walks of life, from all religions, from all political views. So don't define success as something negative or nasty, because then you can't connect to success. And you deserve success, and you can achieve success, and you will if you don't have fear of success. So some things that you can do to overcome this would be to practice gratitude every day. Think about what you're grateful for. Think about how far you've come and say it out loud. Thank you so much for allowing me this opportunity to grow, or to be successful, or to grow my team, or to learn this new thing within my business. So gratitude goes a long way, and the more grateful you are, the more amazing things come to you in return. And you can ask a bunch of successful people. There's a spiritual element that comes with success. It's not religious. So if you're not religious, don't feel like, oh, I'm not religious, I can't be successful, because that's not true. But spirituality plays a role in success. Look at all of the famous people, all of the athletes, all of the movie stars, all of the singers. When you hear their interviews about success, they are so grateful for everything that they have gotten to this point. And it brings about more success. There's that spirituality of giving and being grateful for what you have that allows for more things to flow to you. And that is a spiritual element. It's the law of attraction. So remind yourself that you are bigger than just you. What you are creating is bigger than just you. You are creating, whether it's a massive movement, or a program that helps someone else, or a tribe of people who believe in what you offer, or anything like that. And it's not just related to business, but usually success, you think, oh, business. So just realize that you are a piece of this massive movement. What you are doing and what you are creating is bigger than you. Whether you're helping other people in some capacity, you're helping them grow. So therefore you are a part of a bigger piece, and your success, or let's say their success, is dependent upon your success. So it's important to realize that you are part of a big picture. And I want you to take time to reflect on yourself and remain authentic, to be the real you. I want you to think about your personality and your kindness and what makes you you when you're broke. And take that, like make a list. When I'm broke, I feel this, and I behave this way, and I want this for me and for the rest of the world. And then I want you to think about when you're totally loaded with money coming out of your ears and you just have so much to give and serve and help other people. Will you still have those same personality traits? Will you still honor your kindness? Will you still put other people first? Will you still serve and help others? Will you still have this idea that you are part of a community of people in the world? And if the answer is yes, then you're going to be totally fine when you're successful, right? So I want you to think about that and like ground yourself in your authenticity constantly. So as you up level and become more and more successful, you can redo this exercise. And instead of saying when I'm broke, you can say when I'm making $10,000 months versus when I'm making $40,000 months. Or if you're already making $40,000 months, you can do the exercise versus when you make $2 million months. Whatever it is, just check in with yourself and say, am I remaining authentic? Reflect on your life. What are you grateful for? What is your purpose? What is your mission? Why are you here doing what you do? Is it because you have a love and a passion for something? Then stick to that and be authentic with that. And then your success is going to grow in a beautiful way. You're going to grow like this beautiful tree of happiness and gratitude and purpose, and it's going to be totally worth it. If you don't do that authentic exercise, you don't check in and make sure that you are being your authentic self, you might turn into an asshole later on. So just keep checking in and make sure that, you're spending time with yourself on a day-to-day basis, taking time for yourself. 5-10 minutes, meditation, yoga, writing in a journal, gratitude, reading a book, thinking about your day and how amazing it was, or the goals that you want to reach. I like to write down my goals every single morning. So you want to do that. And then you want to map out your wins. And mapping out your wins is a perfect way to remind yourself where you're going and how great you really are. So you don't have to worry about that imposter syndrome, because you can look back 6 months ago to the wins that you recorded and be like, wow, I did that? I'm amazing. That's so good. I really am good. So wins are when you're writing down things that you have achieved, whether they're small or large, it doesn't matter. If it's something like you suffer from anxiety and you know what triggers it, and one time that trigger came up and you forced yourself to not fall into a panic attack or something like that, your mind came, your thoughts, let me think how to say this. You controlled your thoughts to the point where you removed that option of having a panic attack. That's a huge win. So you'd write down, today I forced myself to not have a panic attack. If it's something in your business, like you serve clients, then write down something amazing that you did. Today, my client achieved blah, 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 blah because of what I did. That's a win. And you want to make sure that you reread these wins. You don't just record them. That's step 1. But step 2 is going back and rereading them to yourself to be like, oh my God, I'm amazing. I can't believe I did this. And really pat yourself on the back. And also, when you record your wins, it's a great way to help others. So for example, if you run a business and you're helping clients and you're writing down all the wins that you've had, 6 months later, a new client comes and says, yeah, what have you done? What can you do for me? And you can pull out your list of wins and be like, oh, well, I've done blah, 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 blah. Or if it's a personal thing, you can say to your life partner or to someone important in your life, like, okay, I was struggling with this, but look how far I've come. And you'll be able to go back to your list of wins and just say, I have a whole library of things that I've done that prove that I have a purpose here. And that really makes you feel good. Also, if you have quotes that you collect that really resonate with you, put them in a file in your computer, or images that make you feel all warm and fuzzy. And when you're going through a stressful time, open up that folder and just look at all these things that can give you motivation, encouragement, inspiration. That's going to totally help you reach your success. And I want you to remember to surround yourself with successful people who share similar interests to you, because when you are surrounded by successful people, you will be successful. You have to surround yourself with the type of people you want to hang out with, that you want to be a part of, the community that you want to be a part of. Hang out with those people. So every time that I up level, I try to find somebody who's a few steps ahead of me, and I circle around them and I hang out and listen to what they're saying, and always, always, always keep learning. Life is about learning. Don't feel like you're done. When you're done learning, you're dead. I think Lincoln said something to that effect. When you're done learning, you're done. So just keep learning and keep understanding that there are people in this world who know more than you and who have experienced more than you. And instead of having a closed mind, I want you to be open to learning new things from these people, because if they're a step ahead of you or they've been through what you've been through, they are a great resource. And that's it. Just remember, success is not a destination. It's a journey. It's a process. It's from A to Z and beyond. So don't think for a minute that, yeah, I've reached success, I'm done, I'm out, because that's not how it works. I feel successful today compared to how I was a year ago. I'm very successful. But compared to where I'll be 5 years from now, I might not look back and be like, oh yeah, you were successful, right? Because it's a journey, it's a path. It's point A to point B, and once you're done, you still got to go to point C, and you still got to go to point D. So don't have this fear like you're looking at this big picture. If you're at point A and going, oh my God, I have to get to point Z, I'm scared, I'm not going to do it. Instead, tiny baby steps. I'm at point A, I need to get to point B. And once you've done that, you up level and you work your way to point C. I hope this helped. Don't be fearful of success, because you deserve to have success. And here's a little piece of information that I didn't say yet. There is enough success in this world for everyone to have it. So if 10 people you know are extremely successful, that doesn't mean, oh, the probability says I'm not going to be successful. Actually, the probability says you will be successful because you've surrounded yourself with successful people. So remember, there is enough success to go around in this world. There are enough people in this world to help, and more than one person can help the same person. So don't be like greedy or angry or jealous, because those things don't help you with success. Be grateful for the success that you've achieved and see how else you can help other people in the world, and you will achieve greater success. All right, I'll see you next week. Bye.